Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Annie Catabriga and I'm going to bring you your weekly energy forecast. But before I do, I wanted to announce that the Soulwise Desert Alchemy Gathering is going to be opening registration this Thursday, May 29th. So if that's something you've been interested in, you can come join us out in Culver, Oregon at Green Rock Retreat at the end of September. We would love to have you. So keep your eye out for that registration opening on Thursday. All right, as usual, I've drawn a card from the Rainforest Wisdom deck and I haven't looked at it yet. Let's see what our energy theme is for the week. Oh, okay. The Red Mangrove, which is the card of vulnerability, asks us to be strong by being vulnerable. Strength and vulnerability go hand in hand. It requires strength, it requires courage to be vulnerable, to show the parts of ourselves that we usually keep safe and keep hidden. The mangrove represents this by its exposed roots, and its exposed roots might seem like it make them vulnerable, but it actually creates this very stable foundation and it ends up being a safe habitat for all kinds of other creatures. So this also implies that when we are being vulnerable and being open with ourselves, it allows others to feel safe with us. Let's go in here and see what we can get for this week. I see an opportunity here to have a conversation that feels very open, and from that openness, from that honesty, creates a deeper connection. It might feel risky because we might feel like we just have to put ourselves out there in some way, in a way that's really just truthful. And this could just be taking ownership for just the person that we are and who we are and what we do and how we behave in the world and just, or what we think or whatever. But it does feel like a moment of really just blatant honesty, which can feel really vulnerable. But to me, it feels like this honesty is accepted and received in a way that feels like, oh, that's true for you, that's true for me too. This is something that makes us closer. Mm-hmm. And in general, it wouldn't have to be just a one-on-one conversation with somebody. It could also be doing that in a more public way, or posting something on social media, or allowing a group of people to see us more clearly, to see maybe the parts of us that we wouldn't necessarily lead with because they're quirky or they might make us feel insecure. But the truth is that these parts of us, which we might have been programmed to believe are imperfect, or that we might have some, shame programming around, they end up being the parts of us that other people can relate to. When other people see that we can take our mask down and allow ourselves to be okay with ourselves exactly where we are, it's really comforting and it helps us be seen and deepen into the connections that we have in the world. I also think that this could manifest this week in recognizing the areas of our life where we might be trying too hard to maintain images of perfectionism or professionalism or beauty standards, or fill in the blank for whatever it might be for you. But we might have some insights around where we are performing this week. And it might start an inner reflecting experience, some reflection on how we perform in the world, and then questioning why that is and why we feel the need to, not judging ourselves because of this, because it is not unusual and it is very much expected of us in our culture. But if we can understand the areas of our lives where we see that we're performing, that's going to point us toward where more vulnerability can come through and come in. They're also saying that if we have relationships in our lives where we wish that we had a deeper connection with someone, or wish that we had a deeper feeling of belonging somewhere, that this week could be an opportunity to kind of shift that dynamic in the relationship through the act of lowering our guard, lowering our mask, allowing ourselves to be more real. And that does feel scary sometimes, but it's the price that we pay occasionally for a deeper sense of connection. All right, everyone. Good luck with that this week. I hope to see you at the Soulwise Desert Alchemy Gathering. Keep an eye out on Thursday for that opening of the registration, and I will see you next Monday. Bye.